this is the way you handle it. If somebody's crapping on Western civilization, talking about slavery or something, this is like a lesson in how to handle yourself and how to approach it, right? This is posted by James Lindsay, anti-communist. Konstantin Kisin demonstrates exactly how we can and should be proud of our culture in front of a very hostile crowd. So he's one half of trigonometry, and he's gone viral for a bunch of speeches that he's done and a bunch of responses that he's had because he's very good. He's very sharp. Let's take a look.
Let's be very clear. The reason there is no slavery in the world today, I mean, there's a lot of slavery in the world today, but in the parts of the world where there's no slavery, is because the British Empire ended it. That's why there is no slavery.
So that's a fact claim, and you hear the audience. They're not happy about it, right? But it's just simply a statement of fact, an accurate description of reality. Yeah, in case you didn't know, the left doesn't like reality too much.
That is
so.
Well, look, the fact that you are uneducated about history doesn't mean it's funny. So let me educate you now. Let me educate you now. I know that the woke narrative and the anti-Western narrative on slavery. Oh, you're not practicing free speech very well, are you? You're not practicing free speech very well, are you? The moment I say something you don't like, you're not practicing free speech very well, are you, sir?
Thank you.
I thought you were all about free speech. How about you let me finish my point?
Let's finish the point, and then I'm going to...
Now,
and then I will bring
woke
it to
narrative and the anti-Western narrative on slavery is there was no slavery, and then the British or the Americans came along and they started slavery. Slaves were the first good that were ever traded between human beings. Ever. They were the first good ever traded. Native Americans had slaves, Ottomans had slaves, African had slaves. Everybody had slaves. The reason there is no slavery in the West is the British Empire, having practiced slavery for a long time, like everybody else, ended it. Not only that, the British Empire then spent a tremendous amount of blood and treasure to force the Middle Eastern slave traders, with the trans-Saharan slave trade being much worse than the transatlantic slave trade. In terms of the number of people who were killed, in terms of the way that they were treated, in terms of how long it lasted, it was much worse. And we spent a tremendous amount of blood and treasure to stop it. That's the true history of slavery.
See their response to reality, right? To truth. The moderator there is not helping at all. She keeps interrupting him instead of letting him just speak. They are so opposed to reality because reality gets in the way. Because guess what? When woke comes into conflict with reality, reality just has a much better argument. And in the end, it's going to win because it's just real, right? Like reality has the benefit of being real. And real is something you can only have the luxury of ignoring for so long, because you'll end up hurting yourself if you do, right? They just shut it down. Rubbish. It's not rubbish. It's real. They probably know it's real as well, but it's not. It doesn't help the revolution. It's counter-revolutionary. So, and don't forget, with the left, it's by any means necessary. By any means necessary. This is why they want censorship. This is why they want hate speech laws, so what he just said they can categorize as hate and then ban. That's the goal. He doesn't go mad, edgy, or wild, speaks firmly and tells the truth. He does, and they sure don't like it. Let's see. G. Van Fleet. We need to push back on woke nonsense whenever we see it. When I visited Gunston Hall last Thursday, I saw some Chinese vases in George Mason's dining room. The tour guide remarked apologetically it was sad Mason appreciated them without honoring Chinese culture. I told her, you can admire the beauty of an object without having to honor the culture behind it. She looked surprised. Hope she gets more pushback like mine. This constantly apologizing for nothing. It just has to end. It just for the sake that it's so boring. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.